Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and this week's video. So in honour of Christmas, considering we were getting super close to Christmas, I decided I'd do some festive Christmassy nails. So in one of my previous videos I did the Christmas baubles that I'm doing for clients. This week I decided to do some festive Christmassy nails. If you like my content that I post, then please do like and subscribe, or if you've got any questions for me or anything you want to see me do in the future, please do comment them in the comment section below. Links to all my social medias and the Svd London shop will be in the description box down below as well. So let's get started. So voice over me here. To start this set I just use a very fine grit sanding sponge just to remove any surface shine from my natural nails. This will help to ensure that I have good adhesion for all of the product today, and I have a nice even surface ready for priming and base coat. I do this on all of my nails, and I did this after I did my cuticle work. So I just pushed my cuticles, trimmed them, ready for the buffing. Here we go, so all nice and ready for primer. Like always, I'm using my Svd London Primer, and I apply this to all of my nails, thumb and all of the other fingers as well. I really love the Svd London Primer. I find that it's a great base for my base coat. All of my products stick, and I tend to get about 3 weeks wear for each set I do, which is pretty good considering I'm quite hard on my hands. So I then put on my Svd London rubber base coat. Unfortunately I didn't actually show you the bottle, but this is just the base coat, and I apply this on all of my fingers and cure in the lamp for 1 minute. I'm then using my absolutely gorgeous Svd London nail forms. Just look at how pretty they are. I love the holographic, the little rainbow that you see. I do actually have another video where I'm a bit more in depth on how I form up my nails, where I talk you through my process and why I do it that way. So you can't really see why I do it this way here. But you can just see me popping the form on, ready for application. So today I'm going to be using the Svd London Signature Gel, and to use that I have to use slip solution. So here I'm just popping it in my little dapping dish, all ready to go. And then I am using my Svd London number 4 gel brush. I love this brush, it's perfect. It's 100% clean sticky hair as well. So to get my brush ready, I just dip it in my slip solution and dab it on my paper towel here, just to remove any excess liquid. And then I take my signature gel in the Sakura pink colour, put quite a big bead on the natural nail, and I start working it around. I really love the signature gel. It's a great mix between acrylic and gel. It's also known as polygel. And just like acrylic, you'd have a monomer to move it around. With polygel or this signature gel here, you have the slip solution. This just allows you to move it around the nail without it sticking. If you feel that the product is getting a little bit sticky, you just dip it back in your slip solution, dab it on the paper towel to remove any excess liquid, and you're back to being able to move it around like butter. And as you can see in the video, it moves around really quickly. I really like the product because I have a bit more time to work with it, and I like the fact it doesn't move around the nail as much as some gels do. And I've actually found that building my extensions has been much easier, especially with focusing on building my apex. I find that the signature gel really works well for me, and this cures in a lamp for 1 minute. So an LED is 1 minute and a UV is 2 minutes. And I just did this whole process for all of my fingers. I then cleansed them to remove the sticky dispersion layer, fold them up into this almondy shape, and I apply my rubber base coat again. This is just so my colour adheres properly to the nail. I dried it out quite a lot with the filing and the cleansing, so I just want to make sure that there is a sticky layer for the colour to stick on. And I do this for all of my nails. And again, this cures in the lamp for 1 minute or 2 minutes if you're using a UV. I love all of the SVD London products, and the tempering top coat, the rubber base coat and the primer are probably some of my favourites. I just think that they work really, really well. So I'd recommend them if you haven't tried them. They are really good. So I just pop a nice even layer on all of my fingers just to ensure that the product adheres to it. And then I get ready to use the first colour today, which is number 1 in the Christmas series. It's a really lovely red. And I decided that I was going to do this on 2 fingers. I kind of winged this design and went with it as it happened, really. So I decided to do this on my thumb and my middle finger. And I did do 2 coats of each colour today just to make sure I had good colour payoff. Some of the SVD London products you can get away with 1 coat. I found that I needed 2 for some of these today, but they still look really pretty. It's a really nice reddy pink, more on the red side than the pink. But if you were sticking with the one coat, then it would look a little bit more pink than the red. And here I just use a brush just to push it slightly closer to my cuticles, but without touching. And then I just removed any excess that may have slipped over slightly. And then I pop this in the lamp for 1 minute just to make sure that it didn't run whilst I was working on the other design on my fingers. So I then use the YNS or the Yeocean White. This is just one that I bought off of Amazon. I think I came in a set. I actually do really like some of these colours though. They have some really lovely greys and pinks as well. This is just an old white I've had for a while because I haven't been able to buy an SVD London one just yet. So I just apply this all over my nail, and again I do 2 coats of this just so I have a nice even colour for my background. I decided that I wanted to have a little like character on this nail, so I just wanted everything ready for that. The next colour I use is number 3 in the Christmas series. This is a really pretty one, and it's such a pretty colour. You'll see here. It's such a ruby red kind of sparkle. I absolutely love it. Now looking back at it, I feel like I probably would have done my whole hand in this colour if I could. But I actually quite liked the finished look for it. So I just pop that in the lamp for 1 minute again, and then I go on to use sand number 2. There is a gold in the Christmas series, but I wanted something really vibrant, and as you can see, this is a really beautiful yellow gold that really packs a punch. The Christmas one is also beautiful. I've had lots of clients use that around like the December, November time. But I kind of prefer the gold. So here we go, that's all of the nails with 2 coats of colour. I then use another brush and just dip into the gold, and I decided I wanted to do like a mini French sort of style on my two red colours without the ones without the sparkle. So just the plain red, I decided I wanted to have a little gold on them, just to kind of tie all of the colours together and give the plain red a little bit more jazz. So I do this on my thumb and also my middle finger, and I cure that in the lamp as I go, just because I don't want to smudge them or anything. And to make it easier adding more colour, I just put a little dollop onto my hand rest there. I did that just because it made it much easier, and it is a rubber top to the hand rest, so it's easy to wipe off. I think I ended up doing this for the whole of the design actually. If I had colour for the colours that I was using, I just put it on there, and it made it so much easier to do the design because it wasn't having to reach in and out of bottles. You can see I just pop it on the thumb all the way around, and I did 2 coats of this on each finger, on each hand, just so I had a really vibrant gold. And I just spent a little while finessing it, making sure I was happy with it. And just like with everything else, this cured in the lamp for 1 minute. And here you can see that I was being a little bit fussy and going over absolutely every detail of it to make sure that I was happy with it. The smile line can actually be really, really hard to get right, and I am a little bit of a perfectionist, and I get very frustrated if it's not how I envisioned it to be. And I spent a little while correcting things as well. Just making sure that I was happy with all the sides. And then I put it in the lamp. I then used number 6 in the chocolate series to draw parts of my character. And like I said, I just put a little dollop onto my mat, ready to start drawing. I then added some more of the beautiful red from the Christmas series and just a little bit of the white. I then use a dotting tool. I'm pretty sure I bought this off of eBay or Amazon in a set of some other little brushes, but I just put the red on there for the nose of my character, just so I had a nice even circle, and I added a bit more just to intensify it so you could properly see the little sparkles in it. I cleaned off my tool and I then drew on the eyes of my character, and I used the brown from the chocolate series for that, and then I added some antlers for the little guy, and I did all of this with the dotting tool. I cured no, I lie, I didn't actually cure them at this point. I then drew on the other parts of the antler, added a bit more product to the tool just so you can see it. It's a nightmare to get to focus. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit messy, I found that it worked quite well, but if you don't like it, just use a pad, a lint-free pad with some cleanser, and remove it. And then you can see I used the white just to add a little bit of highlight to his little nose, and I popped him in the lamp. I then used my tempering top coat, which is my Svd London go-to, and just top coated all of the nails, and I also capped the free edge just to make sure that the nails lasted a little bit longer. I did 2 coats of top coat on my figure, just because from where I did the nail art, it was raised slightly above the nail, and I wanted to make sure that it was a smooth surface the whole way down. And I just took my time top coating all of the others along with the free edges, just to ensure that everything was coated nicely. You can already see just how pretty that gold is, and you can see the red in the corner there. I do apologise for the dryness of my hands. I do suffer with eczema, and the cold weather is not my friend. So I just finish top coating, pop it in the lamp for a final minute, and then use the Svd London Almond Cuticle Oil, and I put this all around the cuticles of my fingers and also on the other side, just to keep them soft and supple. It also helped with, after all of the filing and the cleansing I did, it just made sure that the skin was nice and soft and prevented any cracking. It's really important to actually use cuticle oil often because it helps with nail growth, and it also stops your hands drying out. So here's the final look. I think they're really cute. They're not too in your face, but it's something nice for Christmas, and I think my little reindeer there is quite cute. And I absolutely love the gold and the red glitter shimmers. Thank you for joining me in this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Do leave comments in the description box, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.